Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the world of SAP Hana monitoring with Prometheus, demonstrating how to install the HANA SQL exporter to monitor your database. These steps are versatile and applicable to any Red Hat-based OS, offering comprehensive insights into database performance.
Before we continue, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on our upcoming tech tutorials. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your feedback means a lot and helps us create more content like this. Now, let's dive back into the tutorial.
Before diving into the installation process for the HANA SQL exporter on Rocky Linux or any Red Hat-based operating system, ensuring a smooth setup involves a pre-flight checklist. First, verify that essential components like Git and Go packages are installed. If they are not present, installing these is crucial for a seamless installation process. Additionally, prepare a dedicated database user for interfacing with your tenant SQL database, and ensure that the server can reach the required port. We'll begin with setting up the operating system. For demonstration purposes, I'll be using Rocky Linux 9.1, but I've extensively tested this procedure on various Red Hat-based systems, such as Oracle Linux, ensuring its versatility. To host the HANA SQL exporter, I've prepared a configuration with 4 vCPUs and 2 GB of RAM, which might seem excessive for this task. In reality, this exporter can efficiently operate with fewer resources, potentially running smoothly on 1 vCPU and 1 GB of RAM coupled. Once the ISO has been booted up, we will be asked to choose a language, and I will stick to English. Initially, I'll adjust the keyboard layout to Italian, considering that the language selection often determines the default keyboard layout as well. I'll switch the software selection to the Server Edition without a graphical user interface, as it tends to consume fewer system resources compared to the version with a GUI. Afterward, we'll proceed to confirm the disk installation drive, although this step, in my opinion, could be considered optional or removed altogether, as it's mandatory and adds an unnecessary pause in the process. We'll proceed to set the host name, thankfully with the network already active by default. However, I won't be assigning a fully qualified domain name, FQDN, opting solely for configuring the host name. We'll now establish the root credentials, although it's possible to create an additional user with root-like permissions if needed. It's advisable to avoid enabling SSH access for the root user for security reasons. Now we sit back and relax. I will speed up this part of the video. Now we can reboot. That works great. I'll be connecting through PowerShell MS-DOS SSH, but feel free to use whatever SSH client you're most comfortable with for access. In this slide, our SAP HANA server, housing its tenant database, is the focal point of our monitoring efforts through its respective SQL port. Each tenant possesses its unique SQL port, accessible by the HANA node exporter, which, in turn, exposes server metrics via its web interface. Later, we'll define these metrics in the TOML file. Prometheus, our data pulling server, scrapes data from these endpoints, storing it in its time series database for retrieval. Grafana, installed on the same host, utilizes this data, via its UI on port 3000. For enhanced security, Nginx can act as a reverse proxy, allowing HTTPS access to these services, including the node exporter. Comprehensive instructions and examples are available on our documentation website. Additionally, for tighter access control, Nginx can employ basic authentication to safeguard its resources, while the Prometheus server can be configured to scrape targets with specific usernames and passwords. Prometheus stands out for its non-intrusive monitoring. Neither SAP nor HANA require additional installations on the monitoring target, a boon in many corporate environments. Now equipped with an overview of our setup, let's delve into the process. Through SSH, we've accessed the remote HANA exporter server as root. Before proceeding with the software installation, let's examine the current resource utilization on the system. We are currently using about 340 megabytes of memory. Let's keep this in mind for later. Let's enhance visibility by zooming in on the SSH session for easier viewing. Initially, we'll execute the standard yum update command, including the Y option to swiftly apply all the latest updates and enhancements. Following the update, a quick reboot ensures that all updates are properly loaded into the kernel for seamless functionality. Next step, we'll install Git and Go, both essential for the successful deployment of the exporter. First, we create the SAP folder path and move there. Let's proceed by cloning the GitHub repository using the HTTPS protocol. Next, let's navigate into the directory and execute the go build command. Before moving forward, ensure you have a database user with appropriate authorization. There's an example available on the GitHub page and our website, but I'll proceed using a pre-prepared user for testing purposes. In the current directory, let's create the TOML file using the following. You'll see the content scrolling briefly, and then I'll proceed to write and quit the file. Next, we'll execute this command to securely save the password of our database user, ensuring it's properly hashed and stored in the file we've just created. Let's check if the exporter successfully connects without displaying any errors. Since the service is now accessible externally, we can now add our HANA node exporter as a target within our Prometheus server configuration file. Once configured, we'll simply restart the service to implement apply changes. To begin, we'll access our Prometheus server through SSH using the terminal. Once connected, we navigate to the directory containing the configuration files. Using the 6 editor, we open the prometheus.yml file, which holds our server configurations. I have made a mistake in my copy and paste. Make sure that the job name is unique. I will go back and fix this shortly. Next, we'll delve into Grafana to leverage its visualization capabilities. We'll explore various graph options to effectively showcase these key performance indicators, KPIs, and create insightful visual representations.
Thank you for watching our step-by-step guide on setting up SAP Hana monitoring with Prometheus. We hope this tutorial has been insightful and helpful in your monitoring journey. If you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials and in-depth guides, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Have questions or suggestions for future videos? Drop a comment below, we'd love to hear from you.